What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Risk, and we are back with another NBA 2K21 demo build video. And as you can see by the thumbnail on screen, today's video is going to be featured around the one and only Anthony Davis. Yes, it is going to be the best center build in NBA 2K20. Alright, now this is a center build that could do it all, pretty much like a glass lock of NBA 2K20. Just like Anthony Davis is going to be able to have, the ability to shoot, ability to, finish around the paint, and the ability to play defense. It could really do it all, guys. This is really a phenomenal build, so I'm not going to try to waste too much of your guys' time. So if you are new and you have not yet, make sure you drop a like in this video. Let's try to get around 50 likes in this video. And if you are new, once again, hit that subscribe button and set the notification bell to all notifications so you can be notified for every NBA 2K21 build video I upload during this demo. And even when the full game does release, when I drop all my NBA 2K21 videos, you will be right there getting notified when I upload it. But with that being said, let's not waste any more time and let's hop right into today's video. So although, like I said, this is going to be a center build, and this is also, something that happened in my last center build video, I just want to let you guys know the position. Like, if I make my position, a power forward, let's say, that does not mean I'm making a power forward build. I'm still making a center build. It's just a different position for, getting extra badges or whatnot. And specifically to this build, the position is going to be shooting guard. But don't get it twisted. The build is still a center build. You'll be using this build at the center. It's just going to be a shooting guard position because that's how we're going to get, higher stats, better badges, etc. So moving on to the skill breakdown chart here. We're going to try to find a chart where, it gives us, that shooting and that defense. And there's really only one pie chart that will get the job done for us. And it is this one right here. This is going to be the, the famous, kind of, the two-way, pie chart. You're going to be able to have, decent shooting, Hall of Fame shooting, and Hall of Fame defense. Now, moving on to the physical profile here. This is, once again, a lot of, people have been discussing physical profiles. Because, speed stats have been going crazy on center build specifically. So, people are really confused as to what to go. And personally, I like going with the bottom, the second to last physical profile. Because that gives you a high amount of verticality with the speed and acceleration that, that first pie chart just doesn't give you. Because in that first pie chart, you're just not getting that verticality, which I think is actually very important. Especially with the type of build we're going to be making here at an undersized center build. So, getting started here with the attributes, we're going to start with finishing. As you see, you're pretty much going to max everything out except your standing dunk. And you're pretty much going to get that to, around the point where you get 5 finishing badges, which should leave you with 301 attributes remaining. And as you can see, 5 finishing badges, guys. A lot of you guys might not think that's not good, but that's good enough to get yourself contact finisher, solidity finisher, consistent finisher. It's going to give you, 2 or 3 badges that will help you, consistently hit shots in the paint, which is very key for a center build. Now, starting with shooting here, obviously with shooting, you're going to max everything out except that post fade. You're going to drop it until you get 20 shooting badges, which then should leave you with 176 attributes remaining and 20 shooting badges. Now you're going to move on to defense, and you're going to max literally everything out in defense, guys. Everything except the steal. The steal is going to be at a 72. And taking a look at the build right here, we're talking about 5 finishing, 20 shooting, and 17 defense/rebounding. But we're going to adjust this a little bit because we don't need 20 shooting, guys. You got to think, with no quick draw being in the game, we do not need that many shooting badges to be able to shoot at a high level. And I feel like we could, lower the shooting down, and that is exactly what we end up doing. We're going to lower the shooting down to roughly around 18 shooting badges. And then we're going to put the rest of our points back into defense on that steal, maxing out the steal, which will then give us 22 defense/rebounding badges. And then having that max steal would also be insane. So like I said, looking across the build, it could do everything, guys. It's a very good build. It's going to be obviously, more of an outside center build, which a lot of people are saying it's not going to be the wave this year. But as you can see when I make this, it is going to be the wave. I feel like at some point, maybe not at the start of the game, but some point later on down the road, after a few months, it will become the meta. Alright, so for the height here, we're going to go 6'9". As you see here, when you look at the other heights, 6'8", obviously you're going to get much better attributes when you go 6'8", but being a center, I just think 6'8" is just simply too small, guys. There's going to be a lot of small forwards, a lot of lockdowns who you will see being 6'8", so you at least want to be taller than them, which is why I think the smallest height you could go on centers this year will be 6'9". But even then, when we do go 6'9", our defensive stats are through the roof. They just go completely, berserk, guys. They become from, mid-tier, defensive stats to elite defensive stats, which is exactly what we're looking for in a build that's trying to resemble Anthony Davis. Now, moving on to the weight here. The weight, Another very interesting topic, if you minimize the weight, you will see you will get that maximum speed, which would be 73 speed, which, you know, when you take into consideration the +4 speed at 99 overall, and then potentially if you do get +4 from your Gatorade drills, you could reach a maximum of 80 speed, which is exactly what, you know, would be ideal. But at the same time, when you do minimize that weight, that strength and interior defense is taking a large hit. So what I actually do here is I kind of figure out a sweet spot, which is going to be at 202 pounds, which is going to give a 72 speed, which means after the +4s and everything, you will reach the maximum of 80 speed, which is perfectly fine, while maintaining a 50 strength, which is very important. Now, moving on to the wingspan, you know, obviously with shooting this year, a lot of people say you have to have a 73-pointer to shoot, and they're, you know, getting scared by that. And in a build like this, they're gonna minimize it or not change it at all to make sure, you know, they stay above that 73-point shot. But personally, I think, you know, whether you have a 68, 67, 3, that's pretty much the same as a 70, guys. When you take it to consideration at 99, the +4, we would have a 71 3-point on this build, which is why I think going max wingspan is the smartest thing, because yes, we do take a hit on that 3-point shot, but once again, we do still have 18 Hall of Fame shooting badges. And then when you look at the finishing stats and the defensive stats that are going up by doing this, you cannot pass up on this opportunity. Make sure you go max wingspan, as it will just all around make this build very elite. So now we're going to move on to the last part about this build, which is going to be the takeovers. Now, you see here with the takeovers, since we did go for shooting guard for position to get better stats, we do not have access to, you know, glass cleaner or rim protector takeover, which in some cases is actually a good thing, because we do have access to the slasher, spot up shooter, and lockdown badge. And obviously with no brainer, we're going to take that lockdown badge. Maybe if you want to, you know, kind of show off and get some contact dunks, you could arguably take that slasher takeover. But with this lockdown takeover, this means being 6'9", you will be able to switch onto the ball handler at times and be able to, you know, play really good defense being 6'9", which would be obviously extremely overpowered. So without question, you want to take this lockdown takeover. And as you see here with the build, we have built a rebounding guard. Another thing I like about this build, when someone sees rebounding guard, they're not going to expect this build at all. They're not going to know what this build, you know, is going to be able to do. They might not know it could shoot or anything like that. As you see, it says it's similar to Clyde Drexler, you know, so that's just another little bonus to the build. A lot of people are not going to know what, you know, this build could do or what it's capable of just by, you know, knowing the name of the build. All right. But now lastly, if you guys are curious of what badges to use, I would be showing you guys some badges that I would recommend. Now, I say this in all my build videos, these are badges that I would go with based off in 2K20, how they were in 2K20. When the game does fully drop, a lot of these badges might get changed, nerfed, buffed, so, you know, I might, you know, change my selection. So if you are watching this video in the future when the full game does drop, and, you know, a lot of these badges are not good that I'm selecting here, just know that is why, because I'm basing it off how they were in NBA 2K20. As you see for the finishing, we get the consistent finisher, the slippery finisher, and the contact finisher, silver, silver, bronze. That is the perfect setup in my opinion. It would allow us to make open layups, to prevent us getting contested, and then while, you know, having also the ability to finish at very little contact. Now moving on to shooting, as you see here, we do have the Hall of Fame shooting ability. So what I do is I do get the 3 most important badges Hall of Fame, which would be Green Machine, Range Extender, and Hot Zone Hunter. And then with our last badges, we're gonna go with Gold Catch and Shooting, Gold Deadeye. Now the reason I do this is because from experience, gold to Hall of Fame catch and shoot, I do not see a difference, and I prefer to have that gold Deadeye over a silver Deadeye, which is a big noticeable difference. So that's why I did you know, not put catch and shoot in the Hall of Fame. Now moving on to playmaking, obviously you have one playmaking badge, but do not get it twisted. This one playmaking badge is actually very good this year. Last year you were unable to get, you know, badges like downhill, ankle breaker, tight handles. You were unable to get those type of badges on non-playmaking builds, but this year you are able to. So this one bronze badge actually has a lot more significance in this playmaking category. You know, you could always get, you know, quick first step, unpluckable, ankle breaker, tight handles. You know, there's so many options you could do, bailout, downhill, so many options that you really can't go wrong with either one. So whatever you want, just select that one badge for playmaking. Now, for defense and rebounding, should be quite self-explanatory. You're going to go brick wall, intimidator, rebound chaser, rim protector, and then we're actually going to lower our rebound chaser to gold because, you know, from experience, once again, in 2K20, gold to Hall of Fame rebound chaser, did not notice a difference, which would then allow us to get, you know, badges like chase down artisan clamps on gold, and then having interceptor bronze. Now, why did I put chase down and clamps on this build? Because we are 6'9", and a lot of times with this build, you're going to be playing off a lockdown at your 2, and you're going to want to play sides, and you potentially might have to switch onto the guard at times, and being able to stick onto the guard with that clamps badge and that chase down badge would be very excellent, and it would allow you to, you know, take this build to a whole nother dimension. All right. So with that being said, you see the badges, you've seen the build, you see what it could do. This is literally an Anthony Davis replica, guys. So if you did enjoy the video and you are going to make this build, let me know down below in the comments. Make sure you smack the like button, and if you have not yet, hit that big red subscribe button and hit that notification bell and set it to all notifications. With that being said, it's your boy Risk, and I'm out.
Lucas.
It's funny how now she be calling me back. She see that I got it, I'm stuck in the trap. 40 autos and we put it right back. 40 autos and he left in the back. I can't be trusting cause people just act. I get the money, I run it right back. The plug on my phone, I get to these racks. The plug on my phone, I'm gonna get back. I can't be trusting cause people be switching and stuff.